You're watching Masters in Trading Live with Jonathan Rose.
Hey everybody, it's Jonathan Rose and welcome to Masters in Trading Live. At Masters in Trading Live, we get on here each day the market's open, go over the market, share some thoughts. Once in a while, we'll share our trade of the day. Today, we have a trade to share with you, so hang on until the end. Markets are continuing to get hit. They're trying to rally a little bit. Before I get started, we got a whole bunch of things to cover. We're going to cover how to turn volatility into profits. But before I turn over to the slide deck, you guys on here, I got the chat open. If you guys could subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up, guys, it really helps. With that being said, let's go over the slide deck. We got a bunch to cover today. All right, let's start here because we know what's going on, right? People are getting hit. In the last month, the Dow's down about 7%. The Nasdaq's down about 14%. S&P 9%. Russell 12%. When things start moving, we like to say everything has a beta of 1. Everything starts moving together, and that's exactly what's going on right now. But we need to think, what can we do when markets get really, really busy like this? And that's why we're going to talk about how to turn volatility into profits while everybody else panics. So I want to start here. Are you short volatility and don't even know it? Short volatility is shorting the VIX. Many people are short. So let me break this down just in plain English. When you buy and hold stocks, you're betting on one thing. You want everything to be calm. You want the market to climb slowly. You don't want any drama. When you're long stocks, and we're all long stocks in our IRA, you want low volatility. So whether you realize it or not, your portfolio only really wins when volatility goes lower and the market goes higher. And that's what we mean by short vol. Okay? If I was going to make an analogy, let's say it's like owning a beachfront house and you're praying for perfect weather. You make money when it's sunny and still, but if the storm comes, that's when you're fully exposed. And traders, we're traders because we're preparing for the storm and then we're trading off of it. So here's more of like the trader's mindset. When you see a storm coming, and this is the S&P going back on the full year, S&P's got absolutely just shellacked. Traders want to be nimble and want to act when they see the storm coming. So what we do, and Carmine said this best back on February 25th, we're watching that VIX 9D. When the VIX 9D starts to rise, the market's going to fall. Same thing, when the market tried to bounce, VIX 9D stays nice and strong. The VIX 9D, if I come over here on the left, and we have all of our VIXs, VIX 1 day. Here's the VIX 9D trading at 2481. When the VIX 9D is elevated, the market's going to have a very difficult time rallying. And that's what we're seeing right now. So what can we do differently? What we do when the market starts moving really fast, you don't want to just, we call it being a garbage collector. You don't want to just buy Tesla. You don't want to just buy NVIDIA because those are the things that are going down. Instead, what we look to do, traders, straddles and strangles. When you do a straddle and strangle, you're playing for movement on both sides of the market. You're not just betting on something going up or betting on something going down. Spreads. All the time we talk about different spreads, different divergences. What's a divergence? A divergence is trading one thing against another. Think Blockbuster against Netflix. Two companies competing for market share. Long Netflix, short Blockbuster. Obviously, a killer divergence trade. We want to look to be creative when the market starts getting unpredictable like it is right now. Tomorrow, Big tariff day. What's a good common sense trade going into tariffs? What about long US, short China? Looking for relative value trades. Getting long US, getting short China. Thinking out of the box. Being creative. Those are the trades that we are looking to do. I've talked about this a few times. Gold continues to rip higher. Actually got some questions from friends who are not in the business looking to get long gold. Gold is on the front page of all major media. Everybody thinks gold's ripping higher, and it is. Gold is right here in the light blue. What about its little brother or little cousin or little sister, whatever we call silver relative to gold? Instead of just chasing gold, traders would be behooved to look to silver because silver is underperforming gold right now. Hey, Dimitri, good question. So Dimitri's got a question. Can we use a bullish spread if we expect the market to normalize in the next few months? Obviously not for short-term trades. You could. I guess you're talking about a bullish spread in like the QQQs or the SPY, something like that. You could. Right now, you have to be careful owning volatility because volatility is very, very expensive. Another trade to look at, and again, thinking out of the box, right? Gold ripping higher. Then we got silver. For those who have watched videos of the last week, guys, copper. Here's copper. We love copper longs. Here's platinum. Think out of the box. Instead of just doing what everybody else is doing, it's easy to get long gold right now. You're going to get way, way better payoff looking to silver rather than looking to gold. Dimitri, I'll follow up on your question. So Dimitri was just asking a bull spread rather than a straddle. So a bull spread is a bullet. Yeah. Bull spread would be a bullish play. A straddle is going to be a neutral play. So if you're, very, very bullish on the overall market, you wouldn't want to do a straddle because you don't want to buy those puts. When you buy a straddle, you're buying the call and you're buying the puts. Oh, nice. Dale is just saying that his long in AG is up 44% since we started discussing it. AG, guys, I'm going to pull up a chart right now. But AG is just silver. AG is another way of just expressing a long position in silver. First Majestic Silver. Here it is on a weekly. And so any of these companies that are going to move with the price of silver, I love. I also suggested for everybody a trade in PAS. Here's a trade that we're still long. We shared this with the free portfolio for everybody. We are uber bullish on PAS. Cool little trade. Catalyst week. This week, starting tomorrow, we have the Liberation Day, they're calling it. Dirty 15 tariffs. We're going to see where tariffs are coming. And then on Friday, we have the biggest mover of the month. Non-farm payroll, jobs data coming this Friday. Expect, guys, lots and lots and lots of volatility coming in for the rest of the week. Please, no naked option selling. That's going to just add risk to your overall portfolio. But we have lots of movement this week. And where we're going to look for creative plays in silver. We're going to look for creative plays in copper. Because I, my friends, am a big believer in creativity when it comes to trading. I've been in this business since 1997. It's very easy for people to follow other traders. They like to follow those who have the most confident story behind their trade, or they speak the loudest about their trade. A great example is when everybody in the room is getting long gold, don't get long gold. Gold goes higher because everybody's buying it. You want to see what's going to get dragged up with the price of gold, and I think you'll find a lot of success trading silver. Second. What I always do now is I jump on for our all access portion of this video. Something really interesting is going on right now in heating oil. Heating oil is kind of a weird product, especially if you don't trade futures. I have a futures background, so I follow heating oil, I follow the crack spread. Well, right now, what's going on in the heating oil is puts are very, very expensive and calls are very inexpensive. There's a really big skew going on in heating oil. In our all access portion, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how to take advantage of that broken skew. I get on here, guys, every day the market's open, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Do me a favor, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys live tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. All access. You guys don't go anywhere. We're going to talk about heating oil